Welcome back to another album review. This is FKA Twigs Magdalene. Finally, finally, after years of drought, Twigs comes back with this brand new album Magdalene. The last time we heard an album from her was back in 2014 with LP1 and 1 year later with the EP called Melissa, I think. Both stellar projects and unique in the R&B and alternative pop scene. A special voice one with its highs and lows or even hushed vocals at some points, and the way she uses her voice and the points where it changes to fit these weird beats is what makes her stand out. Me personally, I anticipated for new music, mostly an album from her, and the singles weren't exactly something that really intrigued me, or better, were on par with my excitement, except for Cellophane, which was great. But tracks like Holy Terrain and Home With You had their flaws. For one, the song Home With You had potential for something great considering the beat and the theme of it, but the way Twigs' vocals were laced into the beat were horrid. They have tons of layers of effects, disturbing her voice to the point of sometimes not understanding what she sings about, but the chorus is where those effects are off and Twigs shines with her angelic, sad vocals. It was an attempt at something different that in the end didn't work. The verses with the chorus and the production don't seem to mix very well, resulting in this sounding like is broken down to pieces instead of a whole track. And the track Holy Terrain has a problem in the name of Future. Yes, his verse connects with the thematology of the track, but the way it was executed and the annoying ad-libs that keep on adding on after the first chorus, uh, it ruins it for me because the chorus is so beautiful, and as a whole it ruins the experience for me. I would prefer if Twigs was alone on this track. It's a shame because Twigs has a knack of writing choruses and singing them in a way that absorbs you and makes you forget about everything, and then you enter her world. And Thousand Eyes accomplishes exactly that. A song that builds up to the end where you already are up in the clouds where she took you. And that it's weird because the theme of the song and the album in general is not uplifting at all. Here, Twigs does a cappella for the most part of the song, talking about basically the end of a relationship, and the climax of the song leaves you wanting more. For me, it's the perfect opener. It sets the tone and the vibe for the album. It doesn't bore you with its stay. On the other hand, it intrigues you to listen more. Perfectly balanced as all things should be. And that's why I cannot understand how the follow up to this Home With You ended up there. In the song Sad Day, Twigs distances herself from the R&B group a bit and brings the audience a more art pop track. The production is futuristic and dark, and her vocals are mostly harsh and are being sung in a monotone way, talking about the risk of love. A very nice contrast. Mary Magdalene is an amazing track where the intro is done in somewhat of a robotic tone from Twigs, as she works it in perfectly for the premise. She gives her best performance, her vocals are powerful, and at the same time the production is equally as powerful and beautiful structure. It is, I think, the most conceptual song of the album because the lyrics are about the perception of and nature of woman, using Mary Magdalene as an inspiration or source in a very smart way. I absolutely love this track. And the song Fallen Alien is equally beautiful. The heavy and wild bass, the creepy choice samples placed in the song is very Jesus like for me. And her vocals, oh god, her vocals, man, her characteristic isn't how good her notes are or the width of her voice, but here she gives a performance for a standing ovation. I mean, my god, she's great. Like I said, her choruses are unbelievable, and here is no exception. I get chills every time I hear it. And her vocals at the verses bring out the feel of evilness and dangers that I love while maintaining her soft side. Generally, Twigs in this album is vulnerable, sad, and maybe in a state of a depression, and that is very apparent in the last three songs. In Mirror Heart, through the clunky production, Twig is being highlighted gorgeously. Her vocals, her lyrics are sad, depressing, with a bit of hope. Maybe she didn't find her mirror hard, but that won't stop her from looking it. But until then, the loneliness she feels will only grow bigger. And for me, this connects the theme of the next song, Daybed, where the depression that Twigs has is very obvious, where the juxtapositions are there to show the contrast of her physical and mental state. She is in a state of pain, loneliness, and the counterparts are like some impossible dreams, and her daybed starts to possess her. This line of possessive is my daybed describes perfectly her depressing state. And the last song, Cellophane, is incredibly tragic. Twigs at moments gave me the sense that she was desperate, she was about to cry over the piano. She sings about a love that was expressed but didn't feel completed, but without showing any hatred or anything to interpret what they had. Instead, she wants to protect it even if the world has its eyes on it. That's why we get lyrics like wrapped in cellophane, the love we had. The only nitpick I have is this doesn't feel like a closer to an album, and generally, the flow of this album, besides the first song that is clear cut an intro, is basically irrelevant. So, Magdalene, it's incredible. I think Twigs has written and produced some of her best tracks up until this point, and I'm happy with her new material. I fully recommend this album, and if Twigs needs this time with her music, then she can take as much as she likes, because looking at her discography, I don't see any miss. So take your time and produce whatever the fuck you want to produce, because some things are worth waiting for. So that was it for this review. I hope you enjoyed it. Write me down in the comments below your thoughts about this album. Did you like it or did you not? Subscribe for more content. Please hit the bell for notifications as well. And I will see you on the next review. Until then, stay safe and goodbye.